Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I know you're not expecting this, it's the second video of the day! Basically, all I have to say is, welcome back to part 2! If what if Naruto had Majin Buu's powers? Okay. Before you all start booing me and all this and all that, relax yourself, mates. I do not give a flying fuck. I didn't say the F word, I said fuck. F-O-R-K, fuck. Anyway, oh wait, don't know if to give you a lecture, I gave you one last video. Anyway, like goal for the next part. Actually, I mean just a like goal so I can feel good about myself. 50 likes, and you'll still get a next part anyway if I don't quit. It's basically, last time we left off was very close to Naruto ripping out Kakashi's jugular, because I'm not even going to give you a recap. If you want to know what happened, go watch the last video, you fuck. Oh, you're fudging. Dumb guy. Other than that, let's jump straight into the video. We now cut back to Kakashi, who with his Sharingan now activated is, I'd say, about 2 seconds away from losing his life. He then realises this ain't the time to be messing about. He does his handstands as quick as he possibly can. This even catches Naruto off guard, as his hands seem to be a blur, and his hands get covered in lightning. It's not enough for a full Chidori, but it's enough to do this. He lifts his hands up, and the nose dig into Kakashi's hand, which he winces at. But then the electricity flows from him right onto Naruto. Naruto's getting electrocuted at this rate. Kakashi says, interesting, for a rubber style I thought it'd be more immune to electricity. I guess I found its weakness. For some reason Naruto's body is returning to that goo. What can he do? He's now a puddle. And I mean a puddle. Seeing this, Kakashi's caught off guard, but Naruto wakes up with a blue flash of electricity in his eye, and he ducks and weaves and returns to his form. Naruto feels ecstatic, like he has so much energy running through his body. What just happened? He fell unconscious for like a second after that electricity running through him, and he looked at his hands. He tried to bring out this excited feeling he had, and for a second Kakashi couldn't see it. A small circle of pink electricity appeared in his hand, and he was like, interesting. And he looked up. Naruto's eyes were now glowing an even deeper pink, as he basically was charging up more. He was getting ready for a better fight, and he rushed at Kakashi. No hold bars anymore. He's already showed Kakashi like 50% of his moves. He's not going to show anymore. He's going to use the ones he already has. Naruto's feet turn into a goo, and I'm going to say this now, when Naruto's body is like goo, he hits a lot harder. I'm saying he gets his, because that's basically getting enhanced by Kid Buu strength, so he hits harder, but it also means he moves faster. His feet turn into goo, and he launches himself at Kakashi. Now it's a lot faster. Kakashi could barely keep up with the speed. He just puts his hands up the block. That was his mistake. He weren't ready for this hit. Naruto hadn't hit him with like just a goo fist yet. Like a pink fist. I'm just going to call it that. He hadn't been hit with a pink fist yet. And Naruto's hands turn into his pink throat. When I'm going to say, when Naruto like goes fully pink, he looks like Kid Buu's like texture. He looks like Majin Buu's texture, but he still looks like Naruto a bit. And his eyes get that black. Basically, he looks like Kid Buu's eyes and all that, but he looks like Naruto basically. It's hard to explain. But his fist turned pink, and he punches Kakashi's like blocking arm. And what I'm telling you, you could hear across the field, crack, crack, crack. Kakashi flies back. His arms are shattered. I mean, completely, absolutely demolished. He's thinking, what type of strength does a Genin have? And that's when he sees Naruto smiling. He's like, what? He stands up with his hands numb to his side. He ain't even in pain. That's how badly they're damaged. And he sees Naruto smiling with the belt in his hand. He's like, what? Naruto then reveals he had the bells ages ago. And Kakashi looks down at the bells that are still on his waist, and he grabs them. They just burst into goo. He goes, you got me, kid. And very, very interesting. You match the weight with your whatever the hell that is. You have the workings to be a great ninja. Don't know what I can say about your teammates though, didn't even bother to help. And Naruto says, don't do that, Kakashi. They helped a lot more than you think. And I was like, and Kakashi said, what? That's when it finally happened. Sakura and Sasuke on the other side of the field pulled the wires that they had in their hands, and they wrapped around Kakashi. Naruto says, in case I couldn't actually beat you, we had this backup plan. They just because we didn't get to use it doesn't mean there wasn't good teamwork. Seeing this, Kakashi realised he would have been beaten either way, as he's now wrapped up in wires. Unless he wants to go serious, which he shouldn't be doing against Genin, it's his loss. Kakashi has so many questions, but Naruto begins dodging them. What about your eye? Don't know. Third Hokage said I can't tell anyone. So, what is this jutsu? He said, it's my own version of rubber style. Don't ask me why it's pink, I don't know. And he's like, rubber style, how do you know that? He's like, Senkai's always been able to do. And more question, he's like, how are you so strong? And he's like, I just reinforce myself with a rubber style, and it's a way for me to directly pour chakra into my attacks, which is quite hard to do. And that's why it was so strong. And Naruto completely lies, says, I'm running about 20% left on my chakra. I put about 80% into that punch. And Kakashi not being able to tell Naruto's lie for some reason. Naruto's a good liar, believe it or not, in this What If. Says, oh, that makes a lot more sense. But he's like, my arms, I can't really feel them. I know I said he grabbed the bells, I forgot his arms are broken. Get over yourself. Naruto says, huh, my bad. And his arms go into goo and wrap around Kakashi's arms. Kakashi overrun with pain as the nerves in his arm are now fixed. He can feel the pains of the break, and he like, ugh. But then you can also feel his bones forming together. It's like Naruto's goo seeped into his skin and is healing him. And that's exactly what happened, believe it or not. You might think I'm talking up my arse, I might be, who knows? Not me. 1 second. Silly, my sister is making noise, I didn't want to disturb the video. But anyway, where was I? I don't know, I'm gonna go where I want to go. Yippee! Anyway, so yeah, Naruto heals Kakashi's arms. Kakashi's just full of questions, and he plans to ask the third Hokage about them. But Naruto's keeping it undercover. He's like that. He's like an undercover agent. Sorry. No, if he's undercover, maybe he will be an undercover agent. Anyway. But yes, Naruto then gets congratulated to become the Genin because Kakashi passed him on the test. And Naruto goes home happy with himself. And he lays down to go sleep. Because they're getting their first mission announced tomorrow. And he goes down to go to sleep. And as he's sleeping, he appears in the galaxy looking at the planets around him. And he can sort of zoom in and see people living their lives. He's happy, he's like, this is a nice dream. All of a sudden, a planet destroys next to him. And all the planets around him start getting blown up. Naruto's screaming, trying to help them, but he can't move out of this one spot. And that's when he sees it. From the planet, there's this pink person. Similar to what he looks like when he turns pink. Flying about, destroying the planets. Just laughing like a maniac. Like, I'm not doing that. No. Never again. Never. Sorry. And I'll try to go Kid Buu voice. Naruto. No, I can't do it. I'm trying to do the Team 4-star version. Naruto, I'm coming. This pink person then launches at Naruto, decking him in the stomach. Naruto throws up in his dream. This is the most pain he's ever felt in his life. And this kid-like creature grabs onto his face and starts sinking into Naruto's skin. Naruto can feel his sanity getting torn away from him, and he's fighting off. And he lifts his hand up. For some reason, a power that he's never felt before surges around his body. A pink aura explodes from him. He felt it from whatever just sunk into through his skin. And he launches a massive purple blast, destroying whatever was in front of him. And he wakes up. He runs to the toilet and throws up. And he looks at his stomach. The worst bruise of his life is there, just above his sill. Whatever hit him in reality. And he feels something nagging at the back of his head. He feels different. The remorse that he normally has, like, he doesn't feel it. And if you're wondering what that is, yes, Kid Buu is breaking through his sill, but not as you think. As the What If it goes on, we'll understand it more. that Naruto wanted to feel that power that he felt before in this dream. And he closes his eyes. He yawns. He definitely yawned in the What If. I didn't just yawn in reality. And he takes a deep breath. He feels this new type of energy along with his chakra, but it's different. It's something more powerful circling away from his heart around his body. And he begins to charge it up. He can sense that it's controlled by emotions, and he's just like, he's trying to force it out of his skin. He feels it imbue inside his body, or it fills up his muscles. He becomes stronger and he explodes with a pink aura. He's just amazed with this power. He doesn't understand what it is, but he rushes to the third Hokage's room at a speed he's never went before. Where he attempted to just like run, he literally, for what speed that everyone else would see, was teleportation, and he wakes him up. The third Hokage wakes up to see Naruto glowing pink, but not like that. It's just his aura, and he's like, I don't know. He manages to shut off this power, and he explains to the third Hokage his dream and shows him the bruise. The third Hokage has no clue, and he assumes it's the Nine Tails, which we're gonna get into. Don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But then he takes Naruto for the next day. The mission is pause, bruv. He takes Naruto to test out this power. He even took a day off work. Naruto explodes. We all know it's ki, bruv. We all know it's ki. I'm putting a Dragon Ball Z aspect. It's Kid Boo's ki though. He explodes with this like ki, and he gets asked what he can do. He tries doing what he does with his jutsu, but using ki instead, but without hand signs. As he didn't use a hand sign in the dream, and a pink orb appears in his hands. The third Hokage says, "Cute, try shoot it." He shoots it at a mountain, and the mountain blows up. The third Hokage is just absolutely shocked. The only time he's ever seen someone destroy a mountain was the first Hokage. With this, Naruto is very proud of himself, but also scared of his own fam. And he says, I really want to try something. He propels the ki from his body into the ground, like from beneath his feet. And he hovers for a second, but it ain't enough. He then realizes his mistake, and it expels all the ki from his entire body, actually ending up flying upwards. He quickly grasps the concept of flying, just with the third Hokage looking up, just his heart, he feels like he's gonna have a heart attack, bro. No one has ever flown in human history without a jutsu, and that is very, very rare. Oh, I have a really sore throat, 1 second, guys. I've been talking too much. Anyway. Now I'm not going to waste your time. We get announced the first mission. It's a school or bridge builder, yeah? Because we're not going to have none of that pussy shit. I mean, literally that pussy shit where they catch cats. Sorry, that was not funny. I'll never make a joke again. I'm bored, man, you can tell. But yeah, when they first meet the bridge builder, he is wasted. Like, he's white boy wasted. And he looks at Naruto, and Naruto sends bloodlust his way. This makes him sober up from like fear, and he nearly pisses himself. Just a blank stare from Naruto. It's stronger than usual. This bloodlust is mixing with Naruto's own for once. Oh, sorry. So I thought, you know what it is when you gotta take a deep breath and swallow that breath, so you can it numbs your throat for a few seconds. Life hack for you boys. And yeah, anyway. Sorry, I'm getting way off topic. I don't know what's happened. And they get the first mission. As they're walking, Naruto senses a weird like bloodlust coming from a puddle, but he chooses to ignore it as nothing scares him, and it's a chance to show off. And as they're walking, two ninjas pop up from behind them, and they chuck kunai at the back of Naruto. Or every single kunai chakra nails Naruto, even one going into the back of his head. Sakura scream, wait. I don't remember if I put Sakura on his team or Hinata. I put Hinata on his team. Hinata screams, Naruto! And all the ninjas, like, the two cloud ninjas, like, yes, we got one down. Just for Naruto to spin his head 180 degrees like an owl, scaring the hell out of him. He says, it was just you. The kunais and chakra can pop out of Naruto's back. And he says, that was quite a bit of fun. Now to show off my abilities. Before Naruto can finish his sentence, he gets wrapped in these chains from the Cloud Ninja, and he gets torn in half. Half of Naruto's body falls to the floor. Other half of it just lays there. The other half of it is still standing up. Everybody screams. Even Kakashi's like, damn it, I've just lost a student. I'm gonna get fired. No, I'm panicking now because I'm gonna lose my job. If you understand that, I rate you. But Naruto laying on the ground is just laughing. His cut in half body is laughing, and the pink goo reaches out from both sides and connects his body back again. And he says, so you're actually ready to kill me? Don't expect me to show you any mercy. Both him and Sasuke at the same time, in unison, rush at one of these Cloud Ninja each. Naruto's dodging and weaving like he's never dodged and weaved before, ducking and dodging and weaving and noggin. Yeah, noggin is a word now. And he was absolutely just embarrassing these ninjas who are meant to be trained. And he manages to get right in front of one of the Cloud Ninjas, and he just grabs onto their skull, their head. And he starts squeezing their head. They start screaming, but it's not deadly. That's when Naruto's hands turn pink, and you just hear crash. Naruto's pop one of those head like a cherry. And he looks over to Sasuke, who's actually having a little taijutsu scrap, and he's winning. And he spins up and kicks the back of a Sound Ninja's head. Naruto then turns one of his hands into like a really sharp tentacle, and he launches it at the other Clown Ninja, ripping through his stomach. And then Sasuke pulls out his kunai and finishes the job. If you're wondering, I'm not gonna have none of that. I have not killed anyone yet. We're gonna have violence, drama, and a lot of death. Wow, mate, I am so hungry right now. I cannot concentrate on simple things like recording a video. Anyway, seeing this, Naruto can sense a sword flying from the back of him, and he tells everyone to dodge as he jumps up and kicks the sword upwards into the air. A ninja who Kakashi recognizes as one of the legendary 7 ninja swordsmen, Zabuza, catches the blade and dives down ready to cut Naruto in half. Naruto does not move. He lets himself get cut in half. He's just doing it as a flex at this point. This confuses Zabuza, but he ain't gonna play in free kill just to see Naruto heal in front of him. And before Zabuza can get away, goo from Naruto's stomach wraps around Zabuza and just holds him there, locking his arms and all that in place. And he starts questioning him. So you're Zabuza, what do you want? Who paid you? Blah blah blah. Zabuza trying to break away realizes he can't, and the only option is to get a chance when Naruto is distracted. He answers nearly all his questions, like simple questions like, why is he killing him? He answers, he's getting paid by a rich guy. I don't know his name, the short one though. And all the ones that we already figured out in canon. Naruto says there's no fun in doing it this way, and he lets Zabuza go. And Zabuza says you're gonna regret that, and does hand styles and summons a water clone that lunges at Naruto. Naruto cleanly boots through this ninja's chest, this clone's chest, and he's actually yawning. Is that really all you have? I'm just bored. I thought fighting against one of the legendary ninja swordsmen would actually give me entertainment, but you're more boring than my nan, and she's dead. Hearing this, Zabuza's ticked off, and he spins around and attempts to cut Naruto, and he realises this ain't gonna work. And Kakashi ducks in, who Zabuza was actually distracted from, and decks Zabuza right in his nose. Zabuza jumping backwards, holding his nose. Sinks, damn it. The legendary copy ninja Kakashi and this weird kid who I can't even cut. Where's my luck? This is not a good enough pay. I'm leaving. Before he can even get away, Naruto appears in front of him with that just a killer smile and headbutts him. But if you want to find out what happens next time, you're gonna have to like the video, subscribe, and wait till next time, because I am going to say goodbye. Goodbye. Hope you do enjoy the video. No joke. I'm quitting. Tough luck. Peace out, guys. Love.